my dear students, welcome to CR Digital Classes. Today we are discussing about the data types in C. So don't skip the video as we need to understand the concepts of data types in C. Now what are data types? Data types are used to define the type of data a variable can store. So whenever you are declaring the data type, what we do here is we try to use the data type such that it can be used within the program. Now there are different data types. So as I said it, now whenever I am saying it is a data type, as I said it is enabling the user to identify the variable which particular class it belongs to. For example, whenever you are trying to talk about the data types, there are different types of data types according to the C concepts. Now whenever we take a data type, there are a primitive data type, there are user defined data types, there are derived data types. So what is a data type? That is, it can hold the memory and it can be used that this particular memory. For example, int a. Okay, int is a data type and a is termed to be as a variable name. Now whenever you are saying it as a variable name, a is being defined, or a it is used with a keyword called int. That means it belongs to a integer value. Now whenever I am saying it is an integer, it means it is belonging to a family of integer or numerical values. So when we talk about the primary, what do you mean by the primary? The primary data types are data types which talks about the essential, that is immediate values. So whenever we say, so when we look at the keyboard, there are integer values and there are decimal values. Now when you see the keyboard again, you have a character values also. So all these keeping in mind, what we have taken here is we have considered as the data types. So what we are using the data types to hold some value, so that that particular name of the particular variable which will hold that particular value can be used. For example, if I am taking int a, int a is termed to be having a particular designation, that is int. Int is nothing but integer family and it is having a value called 5. 5 is assigned with a and it is belonging to a family called integer. Now before we talk about the data types, we need to understand the pre-directive statement, that is hash include stdio.h. What is hash include stdio.h? Hash include stdio.h is termed to be as pre-directive or preprocessor. It has to be as a first statement within the C program, and what it will contain. For example, now a person is given, okay, and you want to know what is his address. So you can't go and shout in the busy street, that is XYZ. You can't say like that. You need to know exactly the address of the particular person in order to get the person from that place. So what is this hash is nothing but it will give you the address location of the functions which are helping us to find out and which will help us to work on with IO functions. So because we are standard, that is we are using standard input and output devices, we are being given with a particular header file, that is stdio.h. What it will contain, it is said to be as a header file, it is said to be as a pre-directive, it is said to be as a preprocessor. What it will contain here is it will contain the particular details about the both input functions as well as output functions. Now where comes all this? Now because we have to include them within our program, we use a keyword called include. So as I mentioned it, include is nothing but it is a keyword which is having a special meaning within the programming language. So what it is doing, it is telling, which is now stdio.h dot H. So stdio is a word. Now dot H means it is a header file which is being surrounded with lesser than and greater than symbol. That means it is a header file and it has to be included, and these particular details about the input and output functions are residing at a particular location, that is said to be as hash. By writing this statement hash include stdio.h, what we are doing here is we are telling the compiler that all the functions whichever you are required to use within the program are residing at a particular location. That location is nothing but it is mentioned through the symbol called hash. So hash include stdio.h will facilitate the statements which have to be used within the program. Now why we have come over here? Because now whenever we talk about the data types, C is having rich set of data types. Now when we talk about the data types, here the different data types as I mentioned is primitive data types are integer, floating, character and void. Now what do you mean by integer? Integer data types are data types which are belonging to a family of numbers. The numbers ranging from 0 to 9. That is, it is whenever a particular variable is declared with int, that means it can take numerical values. So whenever a data type is specified, it allows us to specify the range and the size of the variable. For example, there are different data types, that is short int and long int. And in this short int, you have signed integer and unsigned integer. Similarly, when you talk about long int, it is signed long integer and unsigned long integer. Now, what is the short integer? Short integer will have a memory space of 2 bytes and long integer will have a memory space of 4 bytes. Now, when we talk about 2 byte, that is when I am giving it as short int x, that means you please reserve the memory space for x with a memory of 2 bytes. That is, x is having 2 bytes of memory reservation. Now, when you are saying it as long int, that means you are saying that x, please reserve the space for x. To the compiler, you are saying to the memory, that is, you please reserve 4 bytes of memory space for x1. That is, x1 is a long integer and x is a short integer. When we talk about this, so here, what do you mean by signed and unsigned? Signed means it can accept till, that is, it is plus or minus. If it is unsigned, there is no particular value which is, for example, x is equal to plus 5. That means it is a signed integer. When you don't specify anything, for example, if you just specify it as 5, that means it is a unsigned integer. So it can take, that is, integer values can take both plus and minus values with based according to the user needs. When we talk about the floating values, what do you mean by floating values? When we talk about the floating values are nothing but the decimal values. What do you mean by floating values? Floating values are nothing but decimal values. The floating values enable the user. Floating values are nothing but the decimal values. Now, for example, if I want to use some decimal values, for example, if you are taking, so for example, here 3.567, okay. Now, this is my floating value which I need to use within my program. So, this value I have to use it. How to use it? That is nothing but mention it, that is, first declare the variable and then you have to use it, because in C it will not allow you to use the variable until and unless you reserve the memory space. So, first we need to declare the variable, that is float y. Once you are done with it, that means it will reserve memory space for the variable called y with 4 bytes of memory. So if it is in 32 configuration or 64, it depends upon the configurations of the system. Now, for example, if I am taking float y, what will happen is memory is reserved for variable called y. Now, once you are declaring the variable of float as y, what you are doing here, that is, once after the decimal point, it will take 4 decimal values as its precision. This is termed to be as precision. This is said to be as precision. Now, what is this precision? Precision is nothing but after the decimal point, if you consider 4 values after the decimal point, then it is termed to be as precision value. So, precision is nothing but where it will give you the exact value of the variable. So, whenever you are saying it as float, y is equal to 3.545678, after the decimal point, how it will be stored in the memory will be, that is 3.5456, it will be reserved. That means it is rounding off to anyhow to 3.5. So here, so exactly when we are taking it after the decimal point, 4 values are considered within the float. When you declare a value to be as double, when you declare the value to be as the data type to be as double, what it will do is after the decimal point, it will consider 8 decimal values. That is, it is a double precision value. That is even more exact form of the decimal value. That is after the 4, that is you can take still more 4 value. That is once you declare a variable of double, it will consider itself as y. That is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 values it will consider after the decimal point when you consider it for double. These are with respect to the floating point. Again, floating and double, they both take. Now, whenever, because it is a floating value, it may not contain the plus and minus, but it is not required anyhow when we can't go with the decimal values with the floating. Now, next one here is we have to talk about character. What is a character? A character is a data type where it can take any of the characters from the keyboard, but whenever you are taking a character, we have to use a keyword called CHAR. CHAR is a keyword where once it is declared to the compiler, it will assume that yes, what follows now is a character data type. Character data type will occupy 1 byte of memory. So, for example, if I am declaring it as character of X, so X is a alphabetical value. So we have to use the inverted comma. That is, inverted quotes have to be used when you are declaring a alphabetical value. So character X, so whatever the value of the X is contained, that is the values which we follow within the we follow within the C is ASCII format, that is American Standard Code for Information Interchange. The ASCII rules, whatever the value of X is contained, that will be retained by the character. So this is about the character data type. Now what do you mean by void? Now void is a data type where it is mostly used in functions when we don't have any particular return value which has to be returned to the system, then we use a data type called void. So what is a void? Void is a data type which is mostly used within functions where we don't want anything to be returned, not even a value, then we use a data type called void. So these are the primary data types within the C. Next we'll talk about derived data types. What do you mean by derived data types? We can take it in a more detailed way, but to be brief, now what are derived data type? Now when we talk about arrays, array is a homogeneous collection of data. Array is a homogeneous collection of data. Example would be, that is int a of 5. So this is a declaration which we will discuss in more details. Now next again, when we talk about a function, function is nothing but where it is a collection of series of steps or series of tasks which are being given in order to execute, and it will return a particular value. Again, these functions also we will do it in a later stage. Now what are pointers? Pointers are nothing but here, when we talk about a pointer, will hold the address of the other variable. So pointers are mostly used in call by references value, and where we have to use, where we are directing itself to the address locations, then we hold with the pointers. Now what are structures? Structures are nothing but heterogeneous value. That is, it will hold heterogeneous data type, or heterogeneous collection of data is nothing but structure. What is pointer? Pointer will hold the address location of the address of, that is, it is contained to hold the addresses of another variable. Now what is function? A function is a set of tasks to be performed or set of functions or a task which will return some output to the user. So these are the derived data types which are being derived from the primary data type. So keeping in view of the primary data types, we derive and we use it in the derived data types. Now what are user defined data types? Now user defined data types again, now why we are coming with the structure again? So actually there is a broad classification here. They all can be treated into secondary data type. So broad classification of your data types would be primary data types and secondary data type. In that you can consider that these are derived data types and these are user defined data types. So when we talk about the enum, enum will give you the list of values which belong to the family of certain variables. Now structure already we mentioned, that is a heterogeneous collection. Now type def is used in order to declare the declarations of, either you can take it as a function or to the classes within the C. Thank you, and please like and share and subscribe to the CR Digital classes. Thank you.